Did you know that between 2010 and 2018, Arizona's population grew by 12%? And did you also know that 39% of those people came here to retire? And here's another fun fact. The very first active adult retirement community was built in Arizona in 1954. So Arizona as a state tops many people's list of places to look to retire when they're thinking about retiring. And then Scottsdale tops that list when they're looking for other places in Arizona. Now, some come to retire full-time and some come to retire just as snowbirds. Whichever fits your lifestyle, Scottsdale, I guarantee, is going to have something for you. But when people are looking, the things that are most often asked are things like, what are your property taxes? Home affordability? How about your health care? How is the overall cost of living? What's the weather really like? And if they've never vacationed here, they often say, well, what really is there to do in Arizona? I mean, I hear about things, but let's get real. What can I do? So we're going to get into all of those things right now. So first up, people always have a question about property taxes. So when people are looking at homes to buy, they also look at the property taxes because those can kind of creep up on you if you don't really know what they are. And let me just tell you something. Arizona is the 8th lowest in the US for property taxes. So for those people coming from other big cities, they are always very pleasantly surprised when they find out what our property taxes actually look like. Now, it breaks down even further into specific cities, but I will tell you that many people are often surprised that places like Scottsdale, and even Paradise Valley for that matter, they are not the highest cities with property taxes in the whole Valley of the Sun. The one that wins that award is Gilbert. So this is really helpful when people are really looking to keep things within a budget, because I'll be honest with you, Scottsdale is not the most affordable place to buy a home here in the Valley of the Sun. But when you look at the property taxes, it can sometimes help offset some of those costs. So now let's talk about that home affordability. And if you're looking to move to Scottsdale, I would not cross this off your list if you're worried about us not being an affordable place. Because, as I said earlier, if you're coming from a big city, our home affordability will likely be much better than what you're coming from. So if you're coming from places like Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, any of those big cities, our home affordability is going to look great for you. In these cities, the home affordability is 9 to 69% higher than what our homes are here in Scottsdale. Now, as I said, Scottsdale is not the least expensive place to live here in the Valley. However, with our property taxes being so low, sometimes, again, that does offset the cost and people can downsize and still get into something that they love. So one of the next things that's really high on people's list is healthcare. And let me tell you, Scottsdale is number 4 in quality healthcare. Just in Scottsdale alone, we have 2 Mayo Clinic campuses and multiple other hospitals and a myriad of other doctor specialists. So I talked about this in another video where I said that our main economic growth in 2007-2008 was real estate and tourism. Well, since then, we have seen a massive shift as far as our employment rate. And a lot of these are coming in ways of highly trained doctors, which just increases our ability to care for those that are here in our state. So now let's look at the cost of living. And as I said about home affordability, Scottsdale is not the cheapest place to live. However, if you're coming from one of those big cities, we are significantly lower, sometimes like 50% lower. So let me just show you something. If you lived in New York City and you were going to move to Scottsdale, your cost of living would be 50% lower. Your housing would be 69% lower. And if you were making $100,000 in New York City, you would only need to make $49,000 here in Scottsdale to have everything be equal. Those are significant numbers. Your dollar is just going to stretch farther here. So again, if you're not coming from one of those bigger cities, it is good to know that Scottsdale is about 14% above the national average as far as the overall cost of living here. However, if you're looking to retire just in Arizona as a whole, there are multiple other cities in Arizona that maybe have a lower cost of living than Scottsdale, so don't cross Arizona off your list as a whole. Many people decide to retire in Scottsdale because of, well, our weather. With about 300 days of sunshine and about 8 months of absolutely picture perfect weather, it's no wonder so many people love it when they come here. So what about our other months? Well, if you've been here in the summer, you know what it's like. And it's not always comfortable, but it is absolutely doable. Now, if you've never experienced our summer, Hearing 110 degrees multiple days in a row can sound absolutely terrible, but this is where that quintessential phrase, "it's a dry heat," comes in. Because if we're 110 degrees but 8% humidity, it does not feel like 110 degrees. And trust me when I say, you just go from air conditioning to air conditioning to air conditioning, and you figure out a way to live in it. Okay, now I say that and I feel like I have to add a massive caveat to that. Whatever you do, if you come and visit here, do not, I repeat, do not go hike Camelback Mountain, any of the mountains, in the dead heat of our summer. People get stranded up there. Helicopters have to come and rescue them. I know what I said, but it is still very dangerous to go out there in the extreme heat. So please don't do it. And I've had many clients move from the East Coast or the Midwest, and honestly, I always check in with them in the summertime. I just want to see how they're doing because it can get intense. And they always tell me, they say, you know what? I will do this heat over the humidity, the heat, the bugs, the snow, the sleet, the ice. I will take this any day of the week. So for the majority of people that I know, they do not mind the heat whatsoever to get away from what they've come from. The other great thing is that everybody thinks that the entire state of Arizona is a desert, and we are not. So if you need small little breaks, it's about an hour and a half drive for you to get out of the heat anytime during the summertime. So it's a great place to live. Okay, now how about things to do here in Scottsdale and Phoenix? If you like sports teams, we have every single sports team that you could want. We've got the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Arizona Cardinals, we've got the Phoenix Coyotes, and we've got the Phoenix Suns, not to mention 2 phenomenal colleges with a multitude of other college sports. We also host baseball spring training as well as the Phoenix Open, which is the greenest show on grass. If you've never been, it is something to be seen. Oh yeah, and if you like NASCAR, we have that too. We also have things like the Barrett-Jackson car auction. We have the Arabian Horse Show. We've got food trucks. We've got art galleries. We've got the symphony. We've got museums. We've got so much for everyone. If hiking is your thing, you will not tire of the thousands of miles of hiking trails that we have all over Scottsdale. Then you can get into Phoenix and you can explore there too. We have a plethora of shopping and dining, and oh my gosh, I haven't even begun to talk about the golf. Just in Scottsdale alone, there are over 200 golf courses, so it's no wonder that we are often looked at as one of the finest golf destinations. So if you're looking to be able to play as many courses as you like, whether that be public or resort courses, we've got a ton of those. If you're looking to join one of the exclusive private golf clubs, we've got a multitude of those as well. The other thing that people are often surprised about here are all of our lakes that we have, and these are big bodies of water. So we've got Bartlett Lake, we've got Lake Pleasant, and we've got Saguaro Lake. All big, beautiful lakes. So if boating is your thing, don't worry, we've got you covered there too. As you can see, there is a ton to do here in the Valley of the Sun. And if you like to travel, don't worry. The airport is so close to so many places. If you want to just jump on a plane and travel when we can, sorry, hashtag we are still in COVID territory right now. So I know that not many people are traveling, but when it's safe to travel again, you can do it very easily right from our airport. Now, I know when some people are looking at retiring, they want to look into some of the retirement communities. We have 166 in our state. We don't have a ton of them right here in the heart of Scottsdale, but they are not far away. They are beautiful and people absolutely love them. If you'd like more information about retiring in Scottsdale, feel free, reach out, call me, email me, text me, drop me a comment down below. Let me know how I can help you out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit like. Feel free to pass this along and share this with anybody you think that this would be great for. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.